Welcome back. You're still watching Morning Live. Now, in a minute, we'll speak to 28-year-old Nhlanhla Fortunate Ngele, who's released her heart-wrenching debut motivational book titled Diary of a Black Child, How My Past Shaped My Present. Based on true accounts of her life, Nhlanhla opens up about how she was raped at a young age and how that damaged and changed the trajectory of your life plans. Let's now welcome Nhlanhla, who joins us on Zoom to share and unpack her story of sexual assault and how that experience led to her breakthrough of finding a voice to share with those who may find themselves in her shoes. Nhlanhla, a very good morning to you. What a book. I mean, let's talk about what propelled you to open up and share your story in this book.
Hi, Lebo. I hope you're well, and then like to greet the viewers at home as well. The book is basically a true life event that happened to me at a very young age, and then I decided to write the book because I could see that rape was actually not going down in South Africa. Instead of going down, it was still rising and rising and rising. So I wanted to let a younger me know that rape is here and rape is real. It could happen to anyone. It's just that we just have to learn how to move around it. Like, for example, I've managed to get out of that dark hole. Me writing the book, I was actually in a dark place. There was no help. I was even thinking that I'm even going to fall into depression as well. And then one night I was sitting, then I just took my phone and then I just decided to write, to unfold all the life events in this book.
Mm-hmm. Now, in brief, I mean, just share your story with us as you tell it in the story, in the book.
Okay, I grew up in a squatter camp in the north of Johannesburg, which is called Zandspruit Honeydew. So this is where the whole event happened. The first rape happened when I was 8 years old. It was a guy that was so close to my family, and then we referred to him as an uncle. And then he would actually do these things, more especially when he was drunk. He would just ask me, can you please accompany to my room? So then when we go to the room, this is what he would start. Because I was young and I did not know, I did not open up about it at first. I just kept quiet and felt like, okay, this is life maybe. But as I was growing up, I realized that, no, this is not right, what he was doing. But then I did not open up as well. I just kept quiet. Then it also happened the second time. It was a teacher as well at school. He would ask me to come and pack the cupboards in the library, and then I would do that. And then this is when he would decide to rape me. And then the last one, it was a guy who was also close to my family. I refer to him as a stepfather as well. He also did that to me.
Mm-hmm. At what point did you then realize that this is not right? Something is not right with what is happening to me 3 times. Now, this is the 3rd time that this is happening. But at what point did you come to the realization that something is not right?
To be honest with you, I was growing up, I was a very secretive person. So I did not open up to anyone. I just kept quiet with the whole thing. But the life that I was living, like, it was in me. It was eating me up inside. And then I could not live anymore. There was a time I decided to take my life because of that. And then there was a time that I just thought that, you know what, I'm done with life. I can't do this anymore because it's like, this is not me, and then this is not going to happen, and this is still going to happen. So I decided to say, let me just sit down and try and open up. Because my whole family, when they read the book, it was just something else to them because they just did not know anything about the events that were happening. So it was a shock to them as well. So I healed through writing. And then I know that even people reading the book can heal through reading the book.
And one of the things that you stress in the book is that, you know, most women who have been raped don't see or don't get to see the day their perpetrator is brought to justice. Tell us more about what you mean by this.
most of the cases, more especially here in South Africa, the people that get to open up, because when you're being raped, it's like you feel like I was wearing a short thing, I attracted the men to do that to me. Gandhi, it's wrong. It's not you who led to the rape. It's the guy who had a mind of doing that to you. So we decided to keep quiet because we are ashamed of rape. Because being raped, it's a matter of like, was I wearing something short? Did I seduce the guy? Was I bending to the guy? Was I giving the guy too much attention or something? So we feel like if I open up, the whole country or the whole society is going to say, you were wrong. You did not have to do this and do that as well. So that's why they decided to keep quiet about it. And then it's something that it kills us as women, because growing up with that, you feel that you're useless, you're not worthy, because your virginity was taken away from you at a very young age. Like you did not allow it to happen to you, but someone decided to take it away, to take something that is special away from you. So that thing, it's something that you have to live with it for the rest of your life. So they decided to just shut it down and not speak about it.
How do you think we should be dealing with gender-based violence in this country?
From my side, I feel that we should open up. Like we should not make GBV a secret. Like we should open up, get help. If you need counseling, if you need people to come and deal with the person, like let us do justice to GBV, because we are the women who allowed that thing to happen over and over again. If we can stand together and stop it together, I think we can have a very great and a safe country to live in.
Now, take us through your healing journey and what writing this book has done for you mentally and emotionally.
The book has given me something. I after writing the book, I was not scared to tell someone my story. Now, when you would ask me about the event that happened on the book, and then I would just open up. I was no longer that person who would say, I'm feeling like this, I'm feeling worthless because I feel like I've been used, not the way I agreed to use it. So writing the book has given me the will to also, it helps me to also listen to other people's stories as well. When you look at my story and say, but you went through this, how did you manage to get out of this? And then I said, I just sit down and then I just wrote. Growing up, I liked reading and writing, but little did I know that I was also carrying a story to tell the world. So by me telling the story, it opened up and made me a different person. I found healing in writing. I find healing in reading. So I hope that even a person reading the book can also find healing.
Part of healing is also forgiveness. Have you forgiven your uncle, your stepfather, and the teacher?
There was this one guy who once said in church that when you forgive someone, you take your power back. So by me forgiving the person who has done that to me, I've taken my power back. I own the forgiveness. I did not have to sit down with a person and say, you know what, I forgive you for what you're doing. I had to do an introspection with myself to say, Nhlanhla, this is you. This is what has happened to you. How can we go on from here? Because we can't go back as well. It's like you won't heal from everything. Like you don't heal, but the sky they just close up. But the sky is still there, but it closes up a bit better when you have forgiven the person, rather than going back and saying, I hate you, I don't like you, what you did to me was bad. When you forgive the person, you heal differently. You open up your heart into healing the person.
Yeah. And then just lastly, give us signs that, parents and caregivers must look out for, be it in a child or a family member that has been, possibly sexually assaulted. What should parents be looking out for?
Well, the first thing that I would like to say parents should look out for is the behavior of the child. It's very important. You would find that a child growing out was a bubbly, happy person, but once she starts being that quiet person, you must know that something is not right. Once you start realizing the behavior of a child changes in a way that she started like being alone, she doesn't want to play with other kids, she would come back from school, close herself in a room. You must just sit down with the child and just ask, what is it? It's very important to also ask the child, how are you feeling today? That is the most important part, because a child opens up when you as a parent open up as well. Because some of the things, they're so sensitive. A child cannot just come and say, Mom, this guy touched me like this. You ask him, where have you been? And also the thing of being able to manage the time of the kids. A kids can't be out during like 6 o'clock in the evening. You also need to make sure as a parent by 6 o'clock the child is at home, and then you are family together, sitting together, so that you observe the behavior of the child as well.
Nhlanhla, congratulations on the book. Thank you so much for writing this book. I'm pretty sure you're a voice for other women who, are unable to voice their experiences. Thank you for this book. A difficult story there shared by author Nhlanhla Fortunate Ngele, who narrates it in her debut memoir titled A Diary of a Black Child, How My Past Shaped My Present.